All right, we're live, and today we have Tyler Valle. I hope I pronounced that correctly.
About as good as you possibly could.
So let's dive right into this, which is the first question. How did you get into GamerGate?
I got involved when I saw the Five Guys Burgers and Lies video go up on YouTube, and that was what really like sparked my interest into it. And then you just kind of moved from thread to thread to thread on 4chan, like seeing people talk about it. And then from there, you like moved to Reddit, and you saw people trying to talk about it, and then it got banned on Reddit. And then you just kind of saw like a whole shitstorm like just explode over like the course of like 3 days, and that's what pretty much just kept me involved in it. Just at first I was just like curious as to what was going on because I'm a huge fan of fucking internet drama. So it's always just entertaining to watch people just argue with each other. So I was like stuck in it from there. And then once I saw like this actually had a good footing to get things done, I was like that's when I actually like involved myself. But it was all like within like the first like week and a half of the actual thing happening back in August.
All right. Uh, what do you think of GamerGate and the presence, and what are you actually doing for or in the hashtag?
What I think about GamerGate, I like it. There are some people in GamerGate who need to like have a sense of humor, and there are a lot of them that just they get so fucking angry that people are making jokes that they don't appreciate or something. But overall, I think it's fine. I enjoy it. There's some people need to realize that some shit is GamerGate related and some shit's not GamerGate related, and not everything has to be involved with GamerGate in a way, one way or another. And as for what I'm doing, I pretty much just do what I want to do, and whether or not it's GamerGate related is like spur of the moment. If I want to do a GamerGate video, I do a GamerGate video. But if I just want to do a video that's about something other than GamerGate, I just do that. All I really do is make videos. I can't send emails because I'm pretty much not legal. I'm legally not allowed to. So I just do videos just to like raise people's awareness about situations.
All right. Yeah, funny you should mention make videos because I was just watching one from you, so that's kind of funny. Um, so next question is, in the future, what do you think Gamergate is going to morph into?
I think GamerGate's gonna stay around what it is right now. Like I don't think it's gonna change. I think like after I think at the start of the new year, GamerGate kind of finished its metamorphosis from just a push for ethics in gaming journalism to like an overall like media watchdog that just points out every time like somebody surrounding gaming or tech lies or bitches and moans about things that are nonsensical. So I think that's where GamerGate's pretty much just gonna stay.
So you think it's going to become some sort of watchdog?
I think it already is pretty much a watchdog. It's pretty. I mean, they're really good at finding when people bullshit and finding out when they're bullshitting really fast. And I think that's keeping a lot of people on their toes. So I think that's kind of where we're at right now.
All right. So regarding this is probably a question you have most time on. What's the thing you would change and improve upon in GamerGate, and what do you think GamerGate is doing?
You cut out there at the last moment. I heard like, what would I change? And I don't know.
Oh, sorry, if I cut out. What would you change within GamerGate and improve upon, and what do you think it's doing right?
I think GamerGate overall does things right, but like I said earlier, what I think GamerGate needs to change is that there are people within it that need to learn to have a sense of humor, and they need to learn that people who are anti-GamerGate, like the guys that were A Team, they broke up A Team once A Team got too popular because they're hipsters, but like people like that, they're just there to piss you off. Like, don't get upset when you get a message like making fun of you from like Chip Brent or Flex Bulkhead or Tom Ruse or any of those guys, especially Tom Ruse. Tom Ruse is hilarious. Like just let them like shit talk you and just ignore it or laugh at it. Like that's the easiest thing you could possibly do. Like realize you have like some people need to realize that some of the people who are anti-Gamergate are literally just anti-Gamergate because you're pro-Gamergate and they don't like the fact that you like something. And if you came from 4chan like a lot of people did, you should learn that that's pretty much how it works. If you liked a game on 4chan, everybody else hated that game because everyone there just doesn't like the fact that you enjoy something. So you just learn that those people exist and ignore them or laugh with them or laugh at them. Don't fight with them. Don't yell at them.
What do you think it's
Don't
doing
get
right?
mad at them because that they're winning. They're winning at that point. They're trolling you, you fucking troglodyte. All right, what were you saying?
Oh, sorry, you just get cut off. I thought you stopped. Well, go ahead and continue.
No, I was done.
Okay, would you? What do you think it's doing right so far, for the most part?
I think Gamergate overall is doing things right. Like, there's not a whole lot that I would change in the direction of Gamergate. I mean, as it points out, as it's been pointed out by multiple people, I think Gamergate's pretty much already achieved its goal, which was to get websites that cover gaming and tech to update their ethics policies to fit the journalistic standards of ethics. So I think a lot of those websites did do that, and they're being rewarded for doing that. If you go and you look at places like Polygon and Kotaku, their viewership isn't up. Their viewership is down. And that may be because of Gamergate. It may not be because of Gamergate. But I think I do think Gamergate played a role in it. So overall, I think Gamergate did fine. Like, there's not a whole lot I would change in the direction that it went. I think it went fine. I think a lot of the people who have problems with Gamergate, I think they perceive that there are problems there, and then they pull a very anti-Gamergate move, which is they see like one person in Gamergate say something stupid, and then they go look at all of Gamergate supports that because that guy is not getting hundreds of messages in his notifications calling him out on it. So they just assume that everyone in Gamergate must support him. Because I've seen that come from a lot of people, like who were anti-Gamergate, who were pro-Gamergate at one point. They shifted, so that's the way it is. But overall, like the overall like journey that Gamergate has been on, I think is like par for the course. That's exactly what was going to happen and what should happen and what did happen. So Gamergate's a-okay in that regard.
Do you think the tactics or have been most efficient in your opinion?
I think it was the emails that did the most, and it was just kind of word of mouth. Like, the thing is that the more that the news covered Gamergate and Gamergate related shit was like more normies would get involved. And when more normal people who didn't give a shit started seeing it, they started to see how fucking weird and how like just like off the like anti-Gamergate people like really are and really were. And I think a lot of people that I've talked to, they are starting to see the opinions and like the ideals and the tactics that anti-Gamergate uses is really starting to bleed into like mainstream society. And when they are starting to see that, all it's going to do is just going to make more people upset faster. Like, I think that's pretty much like the best thing was the fact that normies are saying it. Like, if you go onto Steam right now and you go and you look at that game loading, like indie game, like look at all these fucking stupid white people with their stupid fucking haircuts and their stupid fucking mustaches. Like, if you go and you look at that video and look at the reviews it's gotten, those people aren't marking it down because they're Gamergate supporters. They're marking it down because they can smell its bullshit. I think that's right there. It shows that Gamergate is achieving a lot more than what we initially thought it was.
Does X in the chat ask biggest bullshit at the moment?
I don't. What does that mean?
I mean, I think he probably means like the biggest scandal or just outright stupidest thing you've seen.
I think I don't know. Let's see. I think the funniest thing was when it came out that Nathan Grayson was just giving Zoe Quinn money. I thought that was fucking hilarious. That he was giving her hundreds of dollars a month to fly her all over the country so she can be having sex with her current boyfriend. I thought that was the funniest fucking thing. Biggest bullshit moment? I don't know. It's just a sea. Like, at this point, like thinking about it, it's just a sea of nonsense. Like, that's the way. that's the way I see it. Like every time Brianna Wu opens her mouth, she's lying. Like it's not a surprise anymore. It's not a shock anymore. Actually, I couldn't think about it, but it's not just one moment. It's a series of moments because this has happened multiple times. Every time, whether it's that Medicare guy yesterday or if it was Desert Fox 89 like months ago, every single time, some unrelated death of a transgendered person gets placed at us and said it's our fault.
Yeah.
Will Wheaton did it too. Will Wheaton did it. Fucking some British girl was bullied into suicide, and he tried to blame Gamergate for it. When she died before Gamergate, and it turns out she wasn't even bullied. She bullied herself to drum up sympathy, didn't get the sympathy, and then hung herself. He tried to place that at Gamergate's feet. Every time these people grandstand on a corpse is when I'm like, yeah, you people are fucking disgusting. And it's only these anti-Gamergate guys that do it. These social justice warriors. They are so willing to grandstand on a corpse to try to prove a point, and they don't even realize how awful it is. And that's what I call the biggest bullshit.
Yeah. Dos X also wants to know what's the funniest moment in Gamergate?
Funniest moment would be when we found out that actually, I guess the funniest moment in Gamergate would be when fucking Bro Team Pill denied the existence of the Armenian genocide and Anita Sarkeesian saw it. I thought that was just because he didn't expect her to care so much, because she should have known he was bullshitting. But give me a moment. I'm watching the stream, so I see my cousin like just leaning in and just watching the stream.
I was like, wait, what? Is that live?
Yeah, it is live. I'm working right now. It's like that. Those are the times that I laughed my ass off. Everything involving Bro Team Pill really it makes me laugh. He's not involved in Gamergate. He doesn't support Gamergate. He just loves making fun of the people who are anti-Gamergate, and I think it's hilarious that he does that.
Yeah. I've also favorite new meme.
No. Favorite new meme? I guess would be the Gamergate meme. Like overall, my I don't really like memes. I like memes ironically. Like I have a friend of mine who he comes into the voice over IP that we talk in, and he literally only speaks in memes, but he says it in like a defeated and depressed fashion. So that like I've learned to accept that, but I can't stand it. I'm not a fan of memes. If I had to choose one, I would choose Pepe and like the whole good boy points and chicken tendies shit from Reddit, just because in R9K, just because it's so fucking stupid. Like that's it. The dumber it is, the funnier it is to me, because I'm like a caveman.
Just X again asks best tag at takeover.
Every time the anti-Gamergate people start up another one of their Stop Gamergate hashtags and it just gets filled with bullshit. You leaving? Oh, all right. Every time they start a new hashtag to like Stop Gamergate, and we just take it over and people just post porn or something in it. Like that's it. Like, it's all equal because it's all the same. And the thing that makes it the best is that it just keeps fucking happening, and they don't acknowledge that it's not working. Like they've gone through like 15 hashtags at this point, and you think at any point somebody would learn that it doesn't work, and they just keep going.
Yeah, I think the stupidest one is the first one, Stop Gamergate 2014. That's setting a time limit on a hashtag is pretty fucking stupid.
Well, they were claiming that Gamergate was over like the second week it happened, so it doesn't really surprise me that they thought it would end by the end of the year.
That's true. You do your live streams, and you don't plan them out, or is it just you just rant?
That's it. I just rant. The only thought that I put into my live streams is when I'm pissed off on a Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, because I only do these usually when there's no one else either awake or at home. Since I live with multiple people, I wait for people to be at work or asleep, and then I do my rants in the morning. So on weekends when people are here, I just kind of let it sit on a Saturday. Right, I'm like annoyed on Saturday. I'm angry on Sunday, and then I sit down at my computer on a Monday and I turn on the camera and I just go. That's about as much plot or thinking I put into things. I don't even think about what I'm going to really yell about beyond the first thing that's coming out of my mouth. So like the first like 2 minutes is shit that I'm pissed off about, and then it just kind of builds and goes and goes and goes until you get to the point where I'm pacing across my living room, screaming and cussing up a storm. Like that's how like thought goes in. I really don't think it out. Too much work.
I mean, I watched your 3-hour stream, and it was pretty fucking hilarious. Just watching you, red pilling, and I just loved it.
I don't want to consider it red pilling. Like I know it's red pilling is truth, but red pilling also gets associated with like right wing philosophy a lot, and I don't a guy. I'm a liberal. Like no matter what they want to say about me, I am what I am. They don't get to decide what I identify as. Like, and so I don't really like to use the term red pill. I just speak like truth. I don't have the energy to lie about anything in Gamergate. I've been wanting to stop supporting Gamergate vocally for like 4 months. If Gamergate could give me the chance to stop like vocally supporting it and do something else, I would. But every time I'm like, oh god, I think I'm kind of done with it. Something fucking stupid happens and I have to come back to it. Like they at this point, anti-Gamergate is the only reason why Gamergate has continued on at this point. Because there are so many people who are like me that are just tired and want it to end and want it to be done. But every time we want to stop, these fucking mongoloids come out and say something stupid or do something stupid, and then Gamergate has to start itself back up again. Like, it pisses me off. I just want to play video games.
Yeah, I mean, from what we've seen, not a lot of people, if any, are actually gamers. So yeah, someone had a good question from Lunchbox Killer. Most depressing moment in Gamergate?
None. I don't find anything in Gamergate to be depressing. Here's the thing though. As somebody who's dealt with depression, I understand actual depression. And the way I learned to conquer depression in my life and conquer my suicidal thoughts was to turn that depression into anger and then use that anger to fuel whatever I'm working on. And that may sound like a bad thing, but it's not. My anger is what fuels me. It's not that I'm pissed off at the world that I'm angry, but with my live streams, when I do those live streams, all the energy I have, like being able to move back and forth, yell, scream, and do it for 3 hours consistently, I can do that because I fuel myself on how fucking pissed off I am. Like, that's how it works. So I don't have any point in Gamergate where I was depressed. There are points in Gamergate where it may depress other people, but all it made me feel was anger. And the closest thing I could feel maybe to depression was when Matt Lees laughed at Gamergate over the fact that Gamergate could not share and donate to his fucking cancer charity. That was at the point where I wasn't depressed because of that. I was depressed for humanity's sake. I was like, if this is really where we're getting, I want it to be over. I want a comet to fucking hit us and just wipe us out if this is where we're at. And then I was like, you know what? Fuck it. And I just started to I turned that depression into anger again and just rolled with it. And I was able to do it. I think I did a pretty good live stream out of that.
And I know you talked about Konami a lot the last day, but somebody asked about Konami and probably the Silent Hills. I think that's what they're referring to.
What exactly about Konami?
Oh, they wanted you to talk about Konami, Mr. Sonic. I think that it was.
I'm not going to talk about Konami. If he wants to hear about my opinion on Konami, he can go and watch my video, or he can watch the interview I did yesterday with Kaldnar. Just because I've said literally everything I possibly could say about it. They are incompetent. They are incompetent liars. Like, that is the beginning and the end for Konami. They are dumb. They make no sense, and they literally just spat on their on their third most popular franchise. That's good job, guys. Like, that's all you can really say. They're not hurting for money, but They should be, and I hope to God they just close down their games division entirely.
Let's see. Um, some shit posting. Did GamerGate cause the cold?
Yeah, Gamergate caused the Cold War.
Here, favorite YouTubers.
Favorite YouTubers? Okay, this one's easy. Sargon of Akkad, Goodfella, Teal Deer, Skeptor, Mikaru, Bane666AU, Martimer81, Red Letter Media, Your Movie Sucks, Dr. Layman, Mundane Matt, Rob Dyke, Sci-10 Atheist, Lord Cat, Little Karibo, The Amazing Atheist, Chris Raygun, Review Tech USA, I'm still a fan of, Alpha Omega Sin, Mr. Medicare, Drunken Peasants, Markiplier, John Tron, Cool Hard Logic, Bro Team Pill, Mr. Epsilon, The Best Gamers, The Rageaholic, and see it, Maddox and Jordan Owen 42 and Dr. Random R Cam. Oh, and Lopeng. Like those are all the ones. I'm just looking at my list. Like just make sure I don't miss anybody.
Yeah, Chris Reagan. He's in the chat, I think. So
he's awesome. Like he inspired me to finish working on arguably I think it's my most popular video now, which was the video where it's just me making fun of Mundane Matt for like 43 minutes. It is my most popular video. It's just me making fun of not Mundane Matt, Movie Bob for being fat for 43 minutes. Like it all was inspired by him.
What video games turn you on? Asks Desex.
What video games turn you on? If I had, I couldn't choose. I'd have to choose like a direct developer and what his games are, and I would have to go with anything that Suda51 makes. I said it on the live stream yesterday, but Suda51 is by far my favorite game developer. He's made Killer 7, No More Heroes, Lollipop Chainsaw, Killer is Dead, Shadows of the Damned. He's got a new one coming out called Let It Die for the PS4. Everything he touches is so fucking weird that I love it. I absolutely love it. So if I had to choose a games that turn me on, I don't know exactly what that means, like sexually or games that I like. That's what I would choose.
All right. I think that's pretty much it. Chris Reagan says hi to you. So.
Oh, and that's right. Someone mentioned in the chat. I missed it, and it sucks because I like him. It's V Monroe. V Monroe is also really good. I can't watch all of his videos. Like I only can watch the ones where he talks about shit that like I am interested in. But when he actually does touch on things that I like, he's extremely funny. Way funnier than I could ever hope to be.
Yeah, and Chris Reagan says, or Wings. I think we pretty much done asked every question. Before we go off, I wanted to talk about your channel. You said you wanted to do other things on GamerGate, or
yeah, I want to kind of like I don't want to like say that I want to copy this, but I want to use it as a general example. I want to move my channel into where like Skeptor, Teal Deer, Goodfella, and Sargon of Akkad are, where it's just general feminism and social justice nonsense. Like that's where I want to move my channel out to be. I want it to be outside of the realm of gaming. Gaming is still where my area of expertise is because it's one of the things that I care the most about, gaming and comic books. But like I wanted to move it out and like encompass everything. I hate saying that I want to be like them because I really don't. I want to do my own thing. But their channels are structured the way that I want to structure mine.
All right. But are you gonna do gaming or just do like feminist stuff?
I think it's gonna be mostly feminist stuff. There's gaming, like feminism and social justice is prevalent in gaming and like comic books. So there's a lot of crossover, but I want it to be like the general, like just general feminism. Because like for myself, I'm a men's rights activist, so you get to see it. Like you get to see a lot of what feminism has to offer, like a men's rights activist. So that's why I want to get involved.
All right, that's fair enough. Yeah, do you want to shill your stuff?
Sure. I mean, if you guys don't already subscribe to me, you can subscribe to me at youtube.com/GamerGate Interviews. You can follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/Tyler Valle GG. You can check out my writing at gamesnosh.com. That's GAMESNOSH.com under the name Tyler Valle. You can add me on Facebook at facebook.com/Tyler Valle GG. And if you want to add me on Skype, look for my name on Skype, Tyler Valle. And if you want to add me on Steam, follow me on Twitter, and I'll give you my Steam handle. That's pretty much everywhere you can catch me. I'll also give you my PSN name if you want to add me on PSN, because I got a PS4 back there.
Nice.
And a PS3 over there.
Yeah, I recommend you. I love watching your stuff. So keep it up. I always watch when you do stuff. So yeah. For those who watched, thanks everyone for watching. If you like these sort of interviews or streams, subscribe to Tyler if you like his stuff. That's pretty much it. Thanks for coming in, Tyler.
Thank you very much for having me. I'm sorry I couldn't rant. I'm not in the mood. It's a good mood. I'm in a good mood today.
It's all right. It's all right. You can't be 24/7. So thanks for watching, and see you guys next time. Bye.